Hey guys, welcome back to Mom Sparkles. So today we are talking about this author and this book over here. Not so much a book, but more of the author to emphasize a broader point that I want to discuss today. I have no script, so we're just going at this raw. The main thing that I want to say today is stop bullying authors. I'm going to talk about the difference between a negative review and cyberbullying an author. So, a negative review is just like, hold on, let me go grab it. I can't stand Love Hypothesis Fight. I hate this book. But I'm not going to, make a video tearing down Allie Hazelwood because I have no idea about her as a person. She's probably a very lovely person. I don't like her book. That does not say anything about her as a person. So there's this thing called separating the art from the artist. And that's what we need to start doing with books. So in the case of Brandy Jecker, she wrote this book called The Pawn and the Puppet, which I haven't read, so I can't comment on, but from what I've heard, it is very problematic and very, very harmful. So I would not recommend this book, The Pawn and the Puppet. From what I've heard it's homophobic, transphobic, racist. I've heard a bunch of horrible stuff about it, so I would not recommend you read that. But that's just what I've heard. I've heard enough that I don't want to read it. And it makes me question Brandy Jecker as an author. But, however, that does not mean that what has been done to her online is acceptable in any way. So she received a lot of backlash online, understandably, for the themes of what she wrote in her book, but the kind of backlash that she received was not okay. It leaned more in towards cyberbullying and harassment. She received multiple death threats on a daily basis. She was called names. She was basically cyberbullied and harassed on the internet for months at a time, to the point where she said on her Instagram that she became suicidal. And her mom had to take her phone away so that she couldn't keep looking at all of the negative reviews and the harassment that she was receiving. So I think most of us can tell the difference between saying, I don't like this book, I read it and it was bad, and I didn't like this book, therefore you, the author, should go kill yourself. Right? Like, there's a clear difference here. One is perfectly fine and valid, and the other one is harassment and cyberbullying and death threats and not acceptable at all. The point of this video is not talking about The Pawn and the Puppet or what Brandy Jecker put into The Pawn and the Puppet. The point of this video is trying to get people online to understand, trying to get bullies online to understand that you can't just tear down someone's character because you don't like a book that someone wrote. The book may very well have been problematic. I have reason to believe that it is very problematic, and it is very offensive and messed up. So you very well may be right on the fact that the book is bad. You probably are right, but it is not an excuse to tear down Brandy Jecker's character or her as a human being or any other author. It is not okay to give them death threats or anything for that matter. now let's talk about like what a normal negative review is. So like you honestly, like most negative reviews are just go like, you can watch my Love Hypothesis video for an example of a normal negative review, but it basically went like this if you haven't watched this video. I don't like this book. There's a scene of rape in it, and it wasn't portrayed as rape. I don't appreciate that, so I would recommend you don't read this book. That's pretty much how it went. I didn't say anything about Allie Hazelwood as a person. I wasn't tearing down her character. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people have been doing to Brandy Jecker, and I find that completely unacceptable. Regardless of the fact that her book is very problematic, that's not really the point. The point is that she became suicidal from all of the harassment she was receiving online. And for someone who's been suicidal, that is really upsetting, because like, the fact that people can just go around on the internet and be so like mean to someone to the point where someone wants to kill themselves is just really upsetting. So yeah, if you're going to make a negative review, please be considerate of the authors. Authors are people too, so they have feelings. They put a lot of work into their book, and you know, as someone who writes for fun, like I'm honestly like kind of empathetic towards authors, because I understand how scary it must be to publish a book and then have everybody tell you to kill yourself because they didn't like your book. So I think that's everything. I'm gonna stop myself here before I keep ranting for the rest of eternity. So I hope that made sense and it didn't come across as too ranty. Like I said, I want to hone this in one final time. The point is not, was Brandy Jecker's book problematic? That is not the point. The point is how we are treating her online. Okay? So I hope that you found this video informative in some way, and I'll say it again, stop bullying authors. Thank you. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.